as they drove downfield. You know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Blue 58. Blue 58. Sally 19. Sally 19.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it's good enough for an Arizona first. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first and 10, it's Palmer. And his throw here's incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And it's second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Right now, Blue 58. Blue 58. Sally 19. Sally 19.
Second and 10. It's Palmer again. Completes it over the middle to Floyd. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
From midfield now, here's Palmer. Looking deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's second down. Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's second and 10. One receiver right, that's Brown. Second and 10, it's Palmer again. His throw incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
On third down, Palmer. Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory. At the 45-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On the counter, Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon Williams in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's...
Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. So there on that play offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Calais Campbell in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Easy. Check 3.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Breeze. And incomplete on the deep ball. Brandon Coleman was the intended target. Third down here.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On third and long, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. And the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Cardinals will take over at their 20-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just a go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if a quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Breeze to throw. Brought in left side by Snead. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On the carry, it's Hightower. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They had the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, 51 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead. And his kick is right through. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Finding time. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Throwing now is Palmer. That is caught at the 7. And he's brought down. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part 1 of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their